guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we'll be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress, and what that means is that you can bring out your own whips or projects, or you could just sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. So, if you guys have noticed, I haven't really made much progress with the Dragon's Door. And there's a reason for that. And that reason is I'm going to blame my lovely friends over at the Crafter's Den. All in gentle ribbing, though. Yeah, so we'll continue on with this, I guess. We'll talk more about it. But yeah, things are doing all right. It was a busy week. It was a very busy week for me. Extremely busy. Extremely busy week, actually. But yeah, I'm working on the Dragon's Door. And it is, let me see if I remember correctly. Let me pull the size down here just to make sure. Yeah, okay. It is 70 by 99 centimeters. We have 43 colors, and about 2 of which are ABs. This is a square canvas, and this is from Diamond Art Club, and the artist is Raven Phelan. And it is discontinued, so it's archived, but it is available over at Jaded Gem's shop if you're interested. So I'm not sure. I think it's hybrid charted, so it's not pixel charted. So hybrid charted means that it is not hand charted at all. Right, let me make sure I have that. I could be wrong. I'll put the link down below for it. I have to remember it. If I don't, please tell me to give you guys the link for Jade's website for that. So I'll put the link down below for you guys so you can go check it out if you guys are interested in it. And then you can also get it won't have ABs and stuff if it's not the pixel charted version. So you might have to go and add your own and stuff like that. But yeah, so you still get to have a chance to still work on this. Alright, anyway, so in all seriousness, I'm really tired, and it has been such a busy week. Yesterday was nice and relaxing for the most part for me. It was Mother's Day, so if you guys do celebrate Mother's Day, I hope you had a good Mother's Day. And for those who do not or are dealing with some issues with it, I hope that you still had a lovely day. I was kind of dealing with I was kind of processing a lot of emotions myself, since my mom passed away about 3 years ago now. And sorry, there was a drill I saw that was missing over there. Sorry. And things kind of just hit a little bit harder this year, and I think it's just because I went to go visit my sister who graduated, and going up to my hometown, and then brought a bunch of memories to me, plus having my going to the bakery with more memories of my mom, because I bought stuff specifically because it reminds me of my mom. And thinking about how I wish my mom would have been here to see her youngest kid graduate college and everything, become a nurse. So it was just a lot of those kind of guilty feelings. Plus my mom's birthday's also coming up next month, so it's just a lot of kind of just, it was, the grief kind of hit harder than it did last year. It wasn't as bad as the first year, but it definitely felt bad. And then I felt guilty for feeling bad because of I know that some of my friends were having not such a good Mother's Day, and here I am just feeling sad while they're really having a really bad time, and I was having at least a somewhat nice time. My kids were sweet, and everything, and my husband was sweet. They got me the food that I want, and I was just feeling all sorts of emotions. So but yeah, I do hope that if you guys did celebrate Mother's Day or not, whether you do or not, I hope that you guys did have at least a somewhat decent day. But yeah, this week and weekend have been just, it's been a lot. Let's see. So maybe we'll talk about the reason why I am I have not made much progress. Well, one of it's because, goodness, it's just like I said, I've been going to like doing a lot of stuff, but in recording, I've been trying to record some things so that way, like, I got that pressed in place video out. So I had to, I decided to diamond paint a bit on that, so that way I could get, so I could put my dots and stuff out on like about Lisa with that section and stuff, since it was already late. I was going to already send that out late, so I was like, okay, we got to get that put out. And I had to do my month in review before I started doing my Wip Chat last week, so that was another thing. It was just like, it was kind of like that. It was like a bunch of recording done in one go, and then now, like I said last week, so last week I said what my plans were, and that things can change. I didn't expect things were going to change within a week. So there may not be a monthly, or not, there may not be like me focusing on the Dragon's Door the whole time. And it's because my friends talked me into, they're crazy, and I'm crazy to going along with this. But yeah, the 26 for 26 challenge that Shire Shenanigans is doing. And I was just like sitting there in the Crafters Den Discord watching the chaos unfold. I was just enjoying watching everyone being excited and picking out their canvases and kidding up and kind of just being silly and joking around and being like, ooh, and stuff like that. Especially since Michaela Renee, she did like a hypothetical. If I was participating in the 26 for 26, here's what canvases I would pick out, and I was going to do something like that. So I got talked into doing the 26 for 26 challenge. Or was it not really talked into it? Bullied into it? No, not bullied. Definitely not bullied. Lovingly pushed into and coerced. No. Anyway, I'm doing the 26 for 26 challenge, and that's what my whole weekend has been about. So I would have been like more like on this section, I think. By the time I would have my Wip Chat up, it would be either this section or the other section, because I was kind of doing half sections to full sections every day, and then it's just like I kind of just I had to stop because I had to get up, and I think I'm nuts, guys. I think I'm going crazy. I don't know what have I got myself into. I'm like I was already saying that future me is going to be upset with past me, and I think present me now, or future me, or whatever, is definitely, I wouldn't say regretting the choice, but going, oh gosh, I feel overwhelmed. I have not started on all of these. I am still in the process of kitting up. My the downstairs living room looks like a battle zone. Because I picked out all my canvases that I'm going to work on. And I don't know if I cheated a bit or not, because I picked a couple of small ones too. I was just like, there's no way. But honestly, this one's massive, even though it's halfway done. I have a couple of huge ones that I put into the rotation that I want to get done. And I think, like, out of the 26... it's either 8 or 9 of them that are basically within the 2 years that I was saying that I wanted to refresh my stash. So if I get these things done this year, if I get those canvases done, right? This is included for it, because I have put drills down on it for today. This is actually whip number 3 of the 26 for 26, because I just put drills down on it. So if I get done with those 8 canvases altogether, or 9 canvases, I have to recount everything, I will meet. I think I would meet my goal for what I wanted. I think I said I wanted to do 11 in total, so I would be close to beating it, or at least have beaten it. So I'm going to try and focus on those. I have made a whip wheel. We all love a whip wheel. So I actually got that out, and so I don't know if I'm going to just keep Dragon's Door up here, because it's just like, it's a big canvas along with the other ones, and I don't know if I'm going to continue to do, oh, I'll just do a section here, and then I'll just spin the wheel and do a section on something else, because after I finish this one, flower delivery is coming up here, because it's 2 trays, guys. It's 2 full-size trays for her. Honestly, this one was 2 full-size trays as well. But yeah, I spent most of my time this weekend and yesterday too. And my body is, I'm paying the price for it today. I'm trying to take it easy. I'm going to kit up some more today. I think in total I have 11 out of the 26 fully kitted up. And that's not counting stuff that was already kitted. That's counting stuff that's already been kitted up along with it. So I still have 15 more to go. But I think a couple of them I can get away with, because they're so small and they're baggy, so I might not kit those up. But there's others where it's like, I definitely have to do this. Now, I will be making a video for you guys, okay, of what canvases I am working on. You already heard a couple of things that I have already picked out. But I will be making a video, because I'm not done kitting up, so my mind still might change with the other 15 as I pull the canvases out and lay them flat and kind of get a good look at them. But I'm going to try and not beat myself too much up. And the funny thing is, I know I'm going to be out of washi tape. And I think I made, like, it was like a video of like me getting Simply Gilded like a few years ago, like during their mystery thing. And I was just like, I don't think I'll ever run out of washi. Guys, I'm running out of washi. I bought the mystery thing, and the thing is, my budget, it's gone, and I will tell you why my budget is now gone. And it's not because I bought diamond paintings or anything. It's gone. Like, it's gonna be gone for, well, I wouldn't say it's gone for a while, but it's just like, it's back to being very limited. It's back to being that. But yeah, so I don't know if I should tell you the reason why I got changed into it or whatnot, because it actually is ended on the last day almost where I did this. And it's so funny. I chuckled a bit, because like I said, I've been just like kind of kidding around, and they're like, you should do it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna even, I just like watching you guys with the chaos. I'm just enjoying myself. Natalie's like telling me to do it. I don't think Alyssa was really like pressuring me to do it. She was just like, chaos, haha, Nicole was definitely not my daughter Nicole. Shar Shenanigans Nicole. It's so weird because when I'm in the Discord, I have to say my oldest. Instead, when I'm referring to Nicole, I would just say my oldest. But like when I'm talking to you guys, I actually say Nicole. But anyway, so maybe I'll just say Shar Shenanigans over here instead. So Shar Shenanigans, she's all like, you should do it, and I'm just like, nah, just kind of will I, won't I, being silly, like that. And then my good friend Tiffany, one of my best friends, Mackenzie's still my best friend. Don't worry. Mackenzie's still my best friend, but Tiffany's definitely gone up there. And she was like buying the 420 storage art dot storage container, right? And I joked, right? I said, buy me one too, because I was just saying I didn't have enough containers, right? I'm just like, buy me one too, like, just joking, right? I was kidding, because I was like, that was my excuse why I couldn't do the 26 for 26. I'm like, no, I only had, I had about, altogether I have 9 Elizabeth Ward storage containers. they're all filled. They are completely filled, and I still need to do 11 more canvases. I'll just tell you that. So 9 of those, right? And at the time, I only had 4 available, and then 2 of, well, not 2, 1 of the half-size storage containers. So I have 3 of those half-size. They are all completely filled now. Every single one of them. I filled them to the brim. There is still some little tiny containers left over, but it's all filled up. So I was just, and then I had like 120 art dart storage container that I'm planning on using for my cross stitch conversion. And I was going to get the 420 one when I was thinking about that, and then I said, nah, I'm not going to do that because it's just too much. You know, it's too big, it's too hefty, right? And that's why I went with 120 instead. And then I was like kind of regretting it and telling myself I should have got the 241, blah blah blah, whatever, right? It doesn't matter right now, because what matters is. So I'm joking, right? And then I get a message from Natalie going, hey, what's your address? Because we've lived close to each other, right? And immediately my suspicions things are on high alert, right? I'm on high alert. You know, and I said, why? She goes, because I want to start arranging a time for us to meet up. And I'm like, uh-huh. And she goes, what? And I'm like, okay. So I give her my address, right? I tell her my address and everything. And then I say, I'm sorry, because, she was like, she seemed genuine about this. So I felt bad about being suspicious. And I apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry, I just thought you were being sus, and you were going to give, Tiffany my address because she doesn't know my address, so she can't buy me the art dot storage, right? And she goes, no, I just really want to arrange in time. I'm like, okay. So I gave her my address and everything, that we'll end it with that. So anyway, so yeah, Friday, I had a huge surprise. But anyway, so yeah, I was just like kind of joking around with people like that, and then. No, let's go on. We'll continue. Like we'll bounce all over the place. That's me. I just bounced everywhere. Let's just bounce, right? So anyway. Fast forward to Friday, I had an appointment, which we will definitely talk about. I had an appointment, and I was coming home, like, after treating myself to said appointment, and my husband's all like, you have a package, I'm like, what? And he goes, I don't know, you bought something from Amazon. I'm like, no, I didn't, because sometimes he sees packages, and he assumed that I bought something, and I'm like, no. And then I see this huge thing, and I'm just like, no, she didn't. And it was literally overnight. It was overnight, guys. So, and it was from Tiffany. And in the box was the 420 art dot storage kit. And she had a note put in there, like a gift for you, saying, no excuses now. I guess I don't have an excuse, guys. I guess I have to do the 26 for 26. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's why I'm joining 26 for 26 challenge now. So this is my 3rd whip that I'm working on. So I kind of made it silly with the 2 whips that I put. So 2 of my whips are tiny canvases. I will say that. Okay, they're small. So I did I counted 10 drills up, 10 drills over, and made a 10 by 10 section. So basically 100 drills. I'm like, because the whole thing is you just have to have drills on the canvas for it to count as a whip. And I did it for these two whips, and I'm like, they're counted as whips now. I don't have to worry about them yet. So, and I might do that with each and every canvas, to be honest. I will do that with each and every canvas. This is going to be so weird because the start times with all of them are going to be like in May, and then we'll have finishes like throughout the entire year. And it's going to feel so weird to do this. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be doing my cross stitch conversion anytime soon until I think I'm going to wait till the 420 storage kit is completed, because oh my gosh, oh man. So yeah, I already filled up the first part of the storage thing with 3 kits. The second part, I kind of figured out to put 4 more kits into that. And then for the 120 storage thing, I figured out how to fit 2 kits into that. So now I just got to figure out how to balance some of this out for the last container. I haven't filled up these things, but I figured those things out. So I have 5 kits already planned out how to kit up. That means I have 6 more to figure out. And I figured that for the, like, they'll be the smaller ones. So what I can really do is just wait till I get some of those containers free and start, so it won't be a true, like, have 26, well, unless I just kind of open a thing and just put a drill down. And then be like, there you go, 26 for 26. But yeah, it's just like I'm gonna just try and figure this out. We'll figure some stuff out. So I know that the rules were like for however it is, like, to kind of, we're up in the air, but I figure I'll just do something like that. And if I have to get some more containers, no, I'm not getting more containers. I don't need more storage. I don't. I'll be fine. I'll be good. But if I need, no, we're gonna be good, guys. We're gonna be good. Let's see. But yeah, so I've spent this weekend, this whole, like, so Friday after I came back home and everything, I been spending this whole time kitting up, planning things out and kitting up, and that's been pretty much my entire weekend is planning this. So have I gone nuts, guys? Possibly I might be, just maybe just the teeniest smidgen of insanity has come by. So that's why Dragon's Door is not done. Or, not, this row's not done. And it's probably not going to be. Now, that's why it's like, things have changed. Things have definitely changed. I don't know if I'm going to try and stick with the plan of trying to get a section done, and just, like, this is going to be my upstairs one, and then, like, I'll start rotating that with the other canvases, because I do have the spin wheel. So I might take Dragon's Door out instead of that wheel, because I don't really want to move things around. But things, like I said, things are up in the air. There might be days where I'll just, like, because I do have, I'll show you guys. I have a smaller whip, light board here. So I could put, like, the smaller whips that I have. Like, I could technically, put that on top of this and do that for my whip and chats instead, like, on certain days where it's like, I don't really feel like working on this. So that might be a thing. That may be a thing, just so you know. So, alright. I really love the fact that we're starting to get into colors, and yet here I am still working on the boring colors for you. So let's see. Do I want to? Now I really want to fill in the boring section first, so that way I kind of can reward myself with all the pretty colors. Is how my mind is working right now. So I'm trying to take it easy, and this is actually taking a lot easier than kitting up, because not only did I kit up, I also was kitting down, because I had to finish, and I had to kit down, and I had to kit down not just April Fairy, but I had a couple of things where I had to actually get the label maker out, because I kind of just been holding off on kitting down 2 other projects. So I was doing a lot of pulling things around. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's just like I have made a dent on things, but now it's like it's kind of looks total chaos again because of everything. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what have I done to myself? What did I do? I've just unleashed insanity and chaos, and it's fun at the moment. At the moment, it's fun. It's fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with the storage of the whole situation. Part of me just wants to leave it by my desk. And I don't know if that's a good idea, because I have 2 cats, and they are, well, one of them's definitely trouble. Both of them are. But one of them, Rigel, especially, he's my troublemaker. And I always think it's funny whenever someone comes to our house and they ask me for my cat's names, and I tell them, and they always just say Rigel's name wrong. And they're like, oh, Nigel. I'm like, no. Rigel, like the star. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to say, oh, you don't know about the star? No. So, sorry, that was my nerdy voice. Sorry, because, but anyway, but yeah, my kids and I, we love astronomy and stuff. And there's this point in time when Michael was like on this space kick, and we were watching. Goodness, it was like something for kids, and it was just always about space. And it was song, and in song form, and we would just learn, and I have like parts of these songs still stuck in my head about certain stars, and Rigel was one of them, and then of course like there was like other stars as well. And when I was giving the kids, when we adopted these kittens last July, I gave them a list of space theme names and told them that they have to pick, because I wasn't going to, I wanted space theme names, and I was just like, okay, well, these are the names. And I was really, really hoping for Sirius, honestly. But the kids picked Rigel instead. So I was like, and if I remember correctly, Michael was really obsessed with that one. So we went with that. And Polaris was also one of the stars as well. But as you know, Nova isn't a star. We were like, with Nova, I was, goodness, I had a couple of names for Nova. I already forgot what they were, but then we had, but they wanted Nova because of, Nebula. I wanted Nebula because of how many colors, a nebula looks like. And then, of course, she's a tortie, so that's why I thought it would be a perfect name for her. Although I have seen another tortie in the Humane Society, and I said, we need to have another tortie, and my husband said no. I'm like, but she could have the Nebula name. But no. But I kind of got him to walk into himself by saying yes to another cat, and now he's trying to backtrack it. So it was kind of funny because I got one of my Mother's Day gifts early, and he says, this one's from the cats. And then it's like Happy Mouthers Day, right? So now I have to go Happy Father's Day for him whenever Father's Day comes up. But it's a cat deathbed, because cats have been kind of going over to his room a lot, because that's where they're used to, because we were both in the office and everything. So they kind of just been congregating over there, and that's where they snooze and stuff. And I've been kind of like boo-hoo-hooing, although I've had success with Nova becoming a box kitty, although now that she's got a new cat bed, that success has waned. I'm going to still continue to try to do that, so that way there's going to be a chance for 2 kitties on my desk instead. I'm not greedy, not at all. No, I'm kidding. But now they have more napping places to go. So, let's see. Goodness, Monday. So we're going to backtrack. We're going to go all the way to Monday. All right, and I'm going to take a sip of my soda over here. Okay. So Monday, it is after the craziness of the graduation weekend. We came home Sunday. We settled down, stuff I told you about, and I had to go out. And I think I said to write a note, which I never did, of me going to, it's not the city, it's not the main city, it's not the main hospital building, but it's still a pretty busy building. There was like multiple buildings attached to this hospital kind of thing. So I had to go and drive myself because my husband couldn't do it. And I know you guys are getting tired of hearing me talk about how I'm a new driver. It's been 6 months. Anyway, I'm still used to like driving small stuff. I refuse to go onto the highways. I did not go on the interstate. I found a route picked out a route so that way to get to the hospital that I needed to, because it wasn't the main hospital building that I needed to, or the main hospital in the city. This, like I said, it was like a different busy hospital. But there's like 2 buildings that I usually go to. One of them is my oncologist and everything. Which is funny because it was like just right across that building. So I had to drive myself in the morning, like literally drop the kids off, come home, rest for a little bit, not even a long time, and then go and start driving a good 40 minutes to this place. And oh my gosh, I took the route my husband kind of does sometimes whenever, I don't know why am I not diamond painting? I should be diamond painting. Alright, goodness. I'm just like talking with my hands instead. Okay, we're gonna go with blue. We're gonna go with blue. Because I like blue. So, so anyway, he had a bunch of meetings, so he couldn't come with me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I was like, I'm a brave little monkey. I'm a brave little monkey. I can do it. I can do it. Oh man, I was so scared, guys. I was so scared, but I did it. I got there. I got there safe. And they have a valet system that we never really use because my husband's usually there. He's the one dropping me off, and then he goes parks into the parking deck and stuff. So, but he did tell me that the parking deck's kind of tight, so I could, if I wanted to use the valet services since it's free. So I said okay. So I got myself positioned, and I asked to make sure I was in the right spot and everything, and then gave him my key, got the code to go do the stuff, and then I went in. So one of the reasons why I had to go here was to get a blood test. So I was like trying to reach out through the patient portal to see about getting this blood test scheduled to one that's closer to me, near, like basically where my primary care was, because it only was just to get some blood tests work, and then also a breath test to test for a certain stomach bacteria, which I am negative for. So yay! The antibiotics worked. Oh my goodness, great! So I am don't have to worry about that. So anyway, basically went there to get that test, and I said, hey, I've been trying, I have a request. I want to make sure this is okay. And if it's not, I will definitely try and reach out to the patient portal through here. But since this is labs and stuff, I was wondering, I have like lab work to get blood work done, and I've been trying to schedule an appointment with them, and I'm not getting a response. And like one of the things is they said that you can go to any lab that's in their system, and just go in and say, hey, my doctor requested for these blood work to get drawn, kind of thing. But the one that I go to normally, where my primary care is, they want you to have an appointment. So I did not want to be grumbled and chastised over there if I was like told no with this person and everything. And she goes, no, yeah, sure, let's get your blood work here. That's fine, not a big deal. So I already did my whole fasting bit and stuff like that. So I got a bunch of my blood work done, and now got all this stuff. And then I had it like from my gastro doctor. She's all like already starting to send me things over, like messages over the course of the week, and one of them was all like, your B12 is low, your your iron is low, please contact your primary care doctor to get onto supplements. And I'm just like, lady, if you ever looked at my history, you would know that I am on supplements for this already. And yes, I have also gotten the total I gotten the ferritin test done. I gotten the iron binding. I gotten like all the things that are like kind of related to iron itself. They don't know why I'm not absorbing iron. So I I'm on the iron supplements as it is right now. So I don't know if we're gonna have to go into something stronger. But the thing is, like, my vitamin D is low, which is normal. I've been taking, but it's not as low as it was. It's a lot better than it was. So, and it made sense because I wasn't able to take my next vitamin D pill anyway, because like literally I drove to them, and I was like, I take my pills at a certain time, but I wasn't home to take them, and I actually took them when I got back home, and everything. So I was just like, okay, you know, whatever, because I wasn't supposed to be like having a lot of water or food when I was taking all these tests. So it was just like I couldn't take my vitamin D pill and everything, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so it was just like so funny, like with some of the stuff. It's like, look, I'm not on B12 supplements anymore, but I'm pretty sure my doctor's going to have me go back on these B12 shots again. Fantastic. But you know what? It's fine. We already talked about like how this might be a thing where I have to bounce back and forth, you know, for a while kind of thing, as we're figuring out what's going on with me. What is wrong with me? You know, that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But yeah, so like I was just a little kind of rolled my eyes like with my the gastric doctor a bit. So it's just like, you know, whatever. I just wrote that off as, you know, kind of whatever. But yeah, I got a lot of appointments going on this month, not just for me, but for my kids too. So, but last week was all for me, except one thing, which was for my daughter. Same thing kind of like this week, honestly, but not as important. But let's see. But yeah, Tuesday I got a chance to sit down, relax a little bit, record, do some things. I think I did so on Monday as well, as a little bit. So I got to record a little bit, and then Wednesday was just like, it was another nice day. Got a couple things that got canceled, so I didn't have to worry about it. But my daughter had her own thing, but that was after school, so I didn't have to go and take her out of school, which was great. Wait. No, that was Tuesday. Tuesday, like, her stuff's, like, after school, so I don't have to worry about it. Wednesday, I got to, like, I didn't know Wednesday was going to be a nice, easy, chill day, because I would have chose that as my day to record. I would have chosen that as my day to record, especially after, like, the whole craziness that has happened this whole week. So Wednesday, my daughter's supposed to be in jazz band. We get an emergency message on Wednesday saying band practice is canceled. And I'm like, wait, the band concert's coming up the next day. What's going on? He's like, you know, not concert, but like jazz band is canceled. And I was just like very surprised, because their concert's the next day, and Nicole needs all the practice that she needs, you know, for this concert and everything. And I was just like, what's going on? You know, I was very surprised. And then the next morning, we get a message from the band director saying that he will not be available because of there was like a family emergency, but the assistant to band director will be stepping in. I'm not gonna mention the emergency or anything like that. That's a little too personal. But yeah, he had an emergency that came up, and we're like, oh gosh, you know, and everything. But yeah, that makes sense why that got canceled now. But anyway, Wednesday, like I said, Wednesday, I should have done a lot more on Wednesday, but hindsight is 20/20. So I'm like, we made dinner for the kids, and we're eating and stuff like that. And then trigger warning, I guess we should say, if you guys are squeamish about teeth and stuff like that, especially with teeth issues, things majig. Anyway, I'm eating, and I just feel something. I didn't hear it. I didn't do anything. I just felt it, like crumbled. You know, That's all I'm going to say. But I broke my tooth, my back molar, And I am kicking myself because I have let that, if you guys don't know, I have really bad dental teeth. My teeth look nice when I smile and stuff. I have a nice smile, but that's only because I've gone to the dentist and was keeping up with it until everything else that you've already known in the last few years. And then I let that lapse. So, and I've been telling myself, I will go back to the dentist. I will go back to the dentist, but I gotta do this and this and this and this. And I kept doing that, and I'm prolonging it because I do have a bit of a fear of a dentist. And it's just like, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And now it's not fine. So I'm mad at myself, even though I'm laughing and stuff. I am really upset with myself and mad for letting it lapse because I don't let my kids' dental stuff lapse. I refuse to let them lapse. I am so proud of the fact that none of them have a cavity. When I was my kids' age, I had so much dental work put into my mouth already. But I also found out that there's like some sort of genetic thing, something with the saliva and stuff. They seem to got my husband's genetics, which I am so grateful for because, oh my gosh. But I seem to have my mom's genetics because I remember my mom did not have the nicest smile. We could not afford dental stuff. So like by the time I hit a certain age, they were like, we can't afford paying this out of pocket anymore. And basically from 11 to 19, I didn't have any dental care, honestly. And there was no fluoride. There was no fluoride in the water either. So I like, even though with me brushing and flossing, my teeth was just taking a big dive down until like, 19. I got looked at a little bit, got my wisdom teeth pulled out, that kind of thing. And then it just kind of like, I lapsed a bit, went back a bit, around when the kids were born, lapsed a bit, and then started really focusing, actually going in my 30s. I was like, we're doing this. And I gotten to the point where everything was looking good, where we're just keeping on top of things. We were at the point where everything was good. They just needed to be kept on top of it. And now I'm pretty sure like I said, with everything has happened in the past 3 years, I'm pretty sure we are down to back to square one with everything, because I was told like I had to give them my dental history because I went to the same dentist and everything. So but yeah, well, I'm kind of going ahead of myself. But anyway, yeah, broke my tooth, and of course this happens in the evening hours. So, and I'm just like, I finally go, okay, I guess I gotta go and call my dentist. And that's when I go and, they're closed already. So, my husband's like, oh no, they're saying that they're open at 6. Their website says they're open at 6, but Google says that they're open till 5. And it was already 5:15 at that point. But so I went on their website, I threw in an appointment request, and I'm like, okay, I'll call them tomorrow, but I can't do it straight in the morning because I had physical therapy on Thursday, guys. So yeah, so like basically when I woke up on Thursday, it was pouring. We had a nice thunderstorm going on. It was really nice. We had it started raining like Wednesday evening, and it went all through Wednesday evening, all into the night. It was so nice. We needed the rain so bad, but then it was like really raining hard on Thursday, and my nerves were shot. So I actually I don't know if my physical therapist says I didn't hydroplane because I would have crashed if I did, but it was like either way. So I've never really experienced, I've only driven in rain one time, I guess would be the best way. One time, because it sprinkled one time, rain one time. We don't have a lot of rain here. We've been in a severe drought. We've been really needing it. But it was thunderstorming that day, and my husband could not take me. Like he had to be in a actual camera meeting that day, and so I had to go and pick up the courage and go and drive myself. And I got to as far as the gas station. Not the one that's like really nearby if my mother-in-law's listening, but just, further down is all I'm going to let her know. So I'm driving and then I hit this huge puddle, right? And immediately, you know, and I was prepared for it because I couldn't move over because cars and stuff. And I was trying to remember what my husband taught me and stuff like that. But I was still not prepared. And I almost kind of went over the curb kind of thing because of it, because I was just not used to it. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. And then I get to the gas station. I almost pulled over and said, I'm not going to physical therapy. I'm going home. And then it's like, no, we can continue this. So I focused up and I kept driving all the way to physical therapy. I got there, nerves were shot, but I was just like, okay, we can do this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But we got there. I parked. My physical therapist apparently watched me park, and she was so proud of me because I've been telling her about my my journey. She saw me actually backed into the parking spot, and I was like, I backed in. I can back in stuff now. Yeah, we were so telling her all about my ordeal and stuff. So she's apparently dealing with some dental issues as well. So yay! So yeah, we both we're kind of talking her about and stuff. I'm actually going to give her a diamond painting, guys. She knows how to diamond paint. She does not know I have a channel. Well, yes and no. She doesn't. She just thinks that I do silent videos. I don't talk much about my channel, so it's not like things that it's just stuff that kind of gets pulled up. But yeah, I'm telling her about my appointment and stuff, and she's telling me, go ahead and make your appointment while you're here. And I'm like, no, I'm focusing on this. We'll that's something I will focus on when I will get back home and everything. It's not. I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna worry. You know, I was worrying, But yeah, they never called during that whole time. They opened as soon as I got into the waiting room. When I got into the waiting room for my physical therapy, that was when they were open, and I just didn't want to talk on the phone and schedule things and potentially have to give my insurance over the phone because, like I said, it's been a few years. But my insurance hasn't changed. It's still the same insurance. So. So yeah, I just got nothing from that, and then I was thinking about treating myself on the way home, even though it wasn't raining it was raining, but it wasn't raining as bad when I got out after my physical therapy session. And then I was just I was like, no, I'm gonna go straight home. I'm not gonna bother doing this. And then I got myself home instead, and I waited for a good portion of the day until I just kind of gave up after I got the twins, because remember, I have a band concert to go to for my oldest that day, and she was she wasn't going to be picked up. So at that point, I finally plucked up the courage. I went and called them, and I was just basically was hey, I made a request to book an appointment, but I haven't gotten any response. I broke a tooth yesterday. You know, I just really would like to be able to schedule an appointment to get seen as soon as possible. You know, that kind of stuff. And they're like, okay, you know, asked me all the stuff. They asked if I was a patient before, blah blah blah. Gave them all my stuff, which I'm so glad that I didn't have to call with my therapist around. So that, yeah, they were able to actually see me bright and early the very next day. So basically, my whole week got shot. You know, I was expecting Friday to have a day to, do a recording session with my Make Market kits that I bought. I still have in the corner. I want to work on one of them, but they're still over here in the corner, and I haven't done a recording on it yet. And it's going to have to wait because I got to do my 26 for 26 now. So, basically, I have to pick, even though I don't tell you everything that's happening, I just don't always have the time. Well, more is I don't always have the energy to get stuff done like I want to, and try and keep this house as clean as possible, even though it doesn't look clean. But it's kind of hard to keep it clean when you got 3 tornadoes that's always coming by. That's always what I say, that my kids are, they're just tornadoes. And they're mess blind. I don't know how that they are just oblivious to the mess sometimes, because I'm like, do you guys see this? And I just get, what? Do you see this mess? What mess? I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, I am holding my face. I'm like, are you serious? It's just like, I don't know how, but yeah, just we got ourselves all ready for the concert, and I got to see my kiddo perform. She had a couple of solos. I'm so proud of her. I filmed her during that time. I don't know how, but she caught me staring at her, like when she was warming up, and like if I could, but there's other children in this photo, so I can't. But it's just a perfect where I'm gonna have it zoomed in, and it's like her squinting at me, right? She's squinting. I'm like way up in the auditorium, right? I'm way up there. Also, also that ruined my hips, guys. Like, you know, that whole sciatic nerve, that issue that I was dealing with the week prior, like from the weekend. It got flared back up again so bad. Like, I was just like trying to lean on one side because I could not. Ooh, we're not going to go into details. I thought it was just kind of funny going, they won, this and this, but no, it was just like with just this one, it was just just that issue, and it was just sitting there for 2 hours, and that was just kind of 2 hours, a little bit too long for me for that. But yeah, it was funny because she's squinting, she's looking, she's squinting. She realizes that I have a phone in my hands and I am taking pictures / recording her, whatever it is, and she immediately tilts her head as in a exasperated mom look, and I'm just like, perfect. I took the picture of the squint, I took the picture of the exasperation. It was wonderful. It's cinema, absolute cinema. So yeah, I enjoyed that moment very, very much. But she did excellent. I know that she was nervous. She says she made a mistake on one point. I saw her tumbled her papers, but it was just like a lot of other kids were doing that too. Like, and that was like while everyone was getting set up. So it wasn't like, you know, during the whole time when they were performing or anything like that. So. But she was like so embarrassed. But the thing is, she has this big binder, she has a bassoon, she has a clarinet that she has to carry, and I'm just like, you know, poor kid. Just poor kid. But I think I made it worse because I accidentally mentioned that her high school band director was going to be there and watch them perform. But I think she's made him proud. So he gets to see how she performs now. So she did an excellent job. She was like saying something about like the other kids, and I'm like, because some of the other kids had solos as well. I'm like, look, you and that flute kid, and this might be biased because I played a flute in middle and high school, so I'm like, look, you and that girl that was playing the flute, I'm like, you guys did excellent compared to everyone else. Like, you guys did so well, and I was not lying at all, because those two were like the top of the whole solos that were going on. I'm like, she goes, yeah, that girl, she's really good at doing her solo. She was really loud, and you can hear every note. And I'm like, we could hear every note of yours too. And she goes, but I squeaked. I'm like, I did not hear a squeak. I did hear you stumble at one point, but you did not squeak. The other people, you couldn't really hear them. They were definitely flubbing a little bit. You could tell it was nerves. I'm like, but you and her did the best out of that whole group. I am so proud of you. Like, and then she had a clarinet solo too, like when it was like with the whole group, and she did wonderful. I was so proud of her, you know, and I know she was nervous, but I was so proud of her, and I'm so glad that she's like taking, you know, she was like taking this seriously and everything. So and then like during that time period, we had to sign Jaina up to start choir. So Jaina wants to join choir for the middle school. So that's something that we're going to have to start working with. I asked Michael if he was interested in joining anything, and he said no. I asked Nicole, like, is there anything for 6th graders? Because I don't remember you really doing much. She goes, Heart for Soul, which is for girls, and then like basically choir and band. Basically, they don't have you joining much of anything. Oh, and the robotics stuff. All the other clubs that are available is for 7th and 8th graders because they want you to get used to school, which I get, but at the same time, it's like they're going to get used to the school pretty quickly. You guys can introduce let them join clubs and stuff. So I don't know, but we'll figure something out for Michael to do because I know he wants to do something. I don't know if he wants to join sports or anything like that. He doesn't seem to be interested in it, but if he is, you know, I'll let him. Well, I worry myself to death. But yeah, so that was Thursday. So we do all that. We get home. The kids are hungry because it was just such a weird time. The concert was at 6. The doors open. Technically, the doors open at 5:30, but we leave at 5 to get there at 5:15 because we could just get there because they wanted the students to get there by 5:30 if they weren't going to be traveling by bus. I just let my kid travel by bus for that. Instead, so she can practice after school. But, so we had like an early dinner, but, the kids were still hungry by the time we got home, so it's just like, alright, you know, have something small, like a little deli sandwich, and then get ready to go take a shower. And then during this whole time, my husband's getting ready to do something, because he actually has an appointment. Yes, it's late at this point, but he does have an appointment to do something online, and the kids, I mentioned to him that the kids have complained that the shower was clogged, so I asked if he could, you know, unclog their shower. Well, as he's up there, he's noticing the toilet is loose. Again, this is our kids, they're misblind, and he and I don't typically go in their bathroom to use it because we have the master bathroom and then we have the downstairs bathroom. So the upstairs is for them to use to shower and stuff like that. So, but he noticed the toilet was loose. He got onto them for that. He's fixing that. Then he's going to go and fix the thing, and he noticed that there's stuff on the shower head. He starts, you know, adjusting it to fix it up a little bit. The shower head breaks. Oh my gosh. So, had to order a new shower head. That got installed. Goodness. When did that got installed on Saturday. So they had to go and take showers in our bathroom for 2 days. I do not like our kids taking showers in our bathroom because, good Lord, the mess. We have got to have a talk. I have got to have a nice chat with them, all of them. So I'm not going to go into details. So yeah, but during this whole time was Thursday. I was, you know, what was it? Yeah, Thursday. I was joking with Tiffany in the Crafters Den because we were like all on there's that 26 for 26 channel. We're all joking around. Like I said, hey, you know, guess, you know, buy one for me, you know, in the channel and stuff like that. And then it was just like very radio silence kind of stuff after that. And then afterwards, it was just like. I was just like, kind of just, you know, I was like, okay, everything's fine, but the chat was still going. People are showing off their whips that they're starting, or if they're still kitting up, and everything. And I was just like, just kind of enjoying myself, right? Just enjoying myself doing that, like joking around with people, still going, will I, won't I, you know, that kind of thing. And just like private messaging her, we're just kind of talking around, and I think I pulled out one of the diamond paintings. Because I said, yes, I got that from my treasure quest card. And I pulled it out so I could show it to her. And she's like, you need to work on it. I'm like, ooh, you know, that's what got the conversation going, because I said how many containers I had. And I was like seriously debating about kitting that one up instead. This was still before the whole, I'm doing 26 for 26, by the way. So I was just like, I had to think about the timeline a bit. It's because it was definitely Thursday. So it was just like joking around. You know, I pulled it out. I looked at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. You know, that kind of thing. And I was just like, you know, I'm like, oh, dang you for making me want to work on this now, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, that kind of things. We live to enable each other. All of us love to enable each other. And goodness, and it was just like, I was seriously debating about kitting it up, and I said, okay, I will kit this up, but I'm going to try and finish April Fairy first, and then kit that down, and then I'll have plenty of containers. So I was already making plans to kit up some things. I was like, okay, I'll just kit this up to be prepped for the next few months. That was what I was planning on doing. I was going to do that. But yeah, but I gotta, we'll see. I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? So yeah, Friday. I get up bright and early, drop the kids off. It's bright and sunny, thankfully. Well, it was foggy a little bit. It was a little foggy, but not too bad. And I dropped the kids off, but I could not take a nap. I wanted to take a nap so bad. This week has been, well, last week has been the week of no naps for me. We had rain today, so today's Monday. We had rain again, which is great, and it looks like there's still dark storm clouds over there, but I don't know if they're the ones that just passed, or if we're getting new ones. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, sorry. I'm very distracted at times, as you can see. Let's see. Next color. We're going to go with this red. So Friday, wake up bright and early. I get myself to the dentist. I remembered the route slightly. I did take a couple of wrong turns, and had to move out of the way quickly. Had my first emergency response, like a fire truck and an ambulance run past me. So it was my first time pulling over to make way for them. And of course, this guy right behind me was not slowing down, and it was just like, it was a week of my nerves getting really rattled. It's like, this guy was like behind me, did not really want to let these people over, and it was just like, I'm trying to slow down enough safely to pull over so they can pass us, and he kept going. Oh man. So like, after I was pulled over, because I wasn't completely over, I was still like half on the road, half off kind of thing, and he just pulls around me and just kept going, like, and just, you know, and of course the fire truck is like honking its horn at him as we go by, as they go by, I would say, and it's just like, good Lord, that guy's just a jerk, you know. So I do that. Luckily people were nice enough to let me get back onto the road, because, you know, they were dealing with that too. So get back on. I find my way back to where I needed to go, and I'm so glad I left early to give myself time because I was like, oh, it's been 3 years. I need to do paperwork, I'm pretty sure, because they said that they were going to send me paperwork, and they never did. So I get in. And it says that they are open at 8 o'clock. My appointment's at 8:30. There's like just maybe one or two other cars there, and I park. And I noticed there's changes. They definitely had a lot of changes. So they didn't used to have like a handrail and stuff like that, but now like the doors like completely, like they have changed like completely, where there's a handicap accessible now right at the front. And then when I opened the door, I was used to like going to my right and there's the waiting room. The waiting room is now to my left, and the front desk is like opened up. They have definitely remodeled. And it was so weird. So I go up there and I say my name, tell them I have an appointment, and apparently like they're not ready to be open. I was there like at 8:15 or something like that. I was trying to get there like more like 8:05, 8:10 to give myself some time, to have some extra time with the paperwork and stuff. But like I said, with all the extra turns and things, that was not meant to be. So she's like, nope, the computer's still booting up, but I'll get you clocked. I'll get you checked in. I'm like, okay. So I go sit down, and I'm like, wow, this is really weird. You know, like everything's different. Let's see. Let's go with a blue. Let's go with another blue. I like this blue. This blue's pretty. And I'm just kind of sitting there, just, you know, dreading, wondering what's going on. I already have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be. I already know it, because I'm not feeling any pain with it. I can't tell which tooth it is. I have a feeling that it's the back one, and if it's the back one, that one's going to have to go, kind of thing. I had that feeling, you know, because I have a slight idea of what kind of dental work has been, like, I'm trying to remember all the dental work that I have, and everything. So, I'm sitting there, and then I look up, because someone's parking, and it's a guy in a cyber truck, and I'm just thinking, please don't tell me that that guy works here. He works here. He was my dentist guy. Guys, this the guy who pulled in and parked in a cyber truck. He was my dentist. I'm like, no, but it's like at the same time I felt like like it felt. I don't. Goodness, I'm trying to think of the right word. One of this, like, I want to say obscenious, but I don't think that's the right word. For the situation, but it just felt like a smack in the face, especially with the bill I got. Oh my gosh, we will definitely talk about that in just a minute. So I'm sitting there, I'm just like grumbling. I'm like, I know what's coming, and I'm just like, you know, like, and it's just like I feel like, man, this guy's like showing off his wealth. Good Lord, you know, like, and I'm just like, I get back up because another person has come in and checked in, and they already checked them in. And so I go, I just want to make sure that you guys were able to check me in, because I have a feeling I need to do paperwork, you know, and I just want to be able to fill that out, because at this point it's getting closer to my appointment time, right? And I'm just like, they said, and then she goes, oh yeah, you definitely need to do appointment, need to do paperwork, because it was a different person who was there. And the other lady who was there originally, she's still, I'm like, So she's obviously like, I don't know. It's like, if, and then basically the one that I was talking to, she goes, did you check her in? She goes, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. And then she goes, how long have you been here? I'm like, since 8:15. She goes, okay, we'll let them know that you're here. And we will get you, I'll, basically they were going to email me and then also text me to log on to do the paperwork and stuff. So I start filling out all the stuff, and at that point I get called. I'm not done filling out. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I told her, I'm like, we'll finish filling out as I'm sitting in here with this person. So, and I'm telling them what's going on. I'm telling the hygienist what's going on. I'm giving her the spiel. I say, and I tell her, I know it's been a while, and it's on me. This is all on me. I know it's my fault for not coming here and everything, but I'm giving her the timeline, because essentially basically my mom passed away. And I was going to the funeral. I get a phone call. It's, dental cleaning. I'm like, oh crap, and I was like a big ball baby kind of thing during that whole process. So, and I told them that I would reschedule the dental cleaning. I never did. And then I said I would, and then with my mom's death, I said I was going to get a handle on my actual health. And that's was kind of, you kind of know the spiel from there. So I sacrificed one thing to work on another thing, and now I now I got to work on my dental stuff again, but I can't sacrifice the other thing. So it's going to be it's already a hard juggling act with my my health issues, along with, just some of, with my oldest, her health issues. And then, my other two with their just everyday appointments and stuff like that, just the normal appointments that you have to do. And then now I have to do dental stuff because I got 2 appointments lined up now. Anyway, so I'm giving them the spiel, and kind of giving them I'm trying not to just give her my life story, but essentially that's what I do. To explain my reasoning why I haven't been to the dentist, And I said, I know I needed to come back, but I just kept putting it off because all my other stuff was just felt like it was more important on the board. And now this happened, and I'm really kicking myself, and I know what's probably going to be the deal. And she goes, well, let's see how bad the issue is, and we'll go from there. I'm like, okay. And then, of course, they got the bite wings, give me my x-rays and stuff. And then she's like, oh, your mouth's really small. I'm like, yep. We have to switch out. Like, so we were able to do it one time with the normal size bite wings. But then the second time she goes with the bite wings again, we went with the child size ones. So it was just like, yep, I remember this. I remember this feeling great. So yeah, we take a couple pictures. She's looking at it. Then she brings it to the dentist, and this is how I found out that dentist is my going to be my dentist right now. Oh my gosh. So while she's doing that, I'm finishing filling out the paperwork through my phone, and I guess that rings an alarm or something because of the medicine that I'm taking. So I'm on blood thinners. I'm on blood thinners. So and I was definitely on blood thinners that day. So the doctor comes in, right? He comes in. He's like, he's looking. He starts taking a look. He looks at the X-ray. He's taking a look at my teeth as he's looking at the X-ray. He's like blowing air to see if I have any pain or anything to it, and basically gives me an option. Says I can do the root canal, but there's no guarantee that the tooth will adhere. Like the crown will adhere, because I don't really have natural teeth right there on that thing. Almost all of it's filling, so it's almost all filling for the top level. There's just basically he says it's like 40 to 50% of my tooth is gone on that one side, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I can feel it. But the other side isn't really natural tooth at all, really. It's all filling. And there's like, so it's going to be more like 20% of a tooth that's left. So he doesn't think that it will heal. Okay, so I guess that was those storm clouds that we were having. They're gone now. That was the rain that we had. Okay. All right. Sorry, I got distracted again. I missed a spot. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta pull this color back out. Okay, so I actually missed a couple spots. Jeez. So he says, basically, that was option 1, and we can go with that and get that scheduled. Option 2 was to extract the tooth instead. So, tooth removal, and then get an implant. And I'm like, he seemed surprised when I'm like, let's do that, because I already knew it. I already signed up for care credit online the day before. I was like, I already have a feeling, and plus they're going to have me do a lot of other stuff. And one of the things I'm already kind of have a feeling is, like I said, I have really bad genetics. I've lost the tooth lottery. All right, most of my teeth have been worked on. I already have a feeling like in the future I'm going to have to either wear dentures and stuff. I'm just prepping myself for the fact that I'm just going to try and do the 4-on-4 implant when the time comes instead. That's what I'm trying to do. At least my front teeth are good. It's just all my molars are bad right now. So, I mean, like, I still have fillings on my front teeth, but they're not, like, to the extent that my back teeth have been. But, yeah, so yeah, thankfully, like I said, my kids have won the genetic lottery on the tooth genetics, and I hope that they continue doing that. They have not gotten anything at all, and I'm constantly like, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, with them all the time. So, I mean, like, I was still doing that here, it's just that even though I do brush my teeth and take as best care of my teeth, and this is what the dentist did say, because I've been through it, right? The chemo didn't help, right? chemo definitely didn't help. It ruined my body. Like, it ruined a lot of my body, right? So that's something why they tell chemo patients to go see a dentist and stuff like that. Because one of the things is you throw up a lot. I'm sorry, trigger warning. So you get sick a lot, right? You get sick a lot. And that's something that had happened with me. I was sick a lot, so the acid and breaks more of your enamel and stuff. So so that was one of the one and two of the things that definitely didn't help with my teeth, along with all my bad genetics. You know, I mean, like, I already had, like I said, it was already inevitable, but it's just because before someone says, get a second opinion and stuff like that. I've been to this group of dentists before. The lady who did, because she worked on that tooth 4 or 5 years ago. And she did say there's not a lot of tooth left. She goes, next time you come here, we're either going to have to do a root canal. Depending on the stage of it, we're either going to have to do a root canal or it's going to have to be become an implant. And I already had a feeling that was she's like, but she said 10 years down the road. So I kind of just hurried it up along. So, but yeah, so like I said, partially my fault, mostly my fault, definitely my fault. But yeah, anyway, so he seemed surprised that I was just like, let's just get it done. So, I would have been able to get that done on Friday if it wasn't for the fact that I was on blood thinners. So I have to go and give my doctor a medical release form so that way I can be off blood thinners for a few days before they go and extract the tooth. So I got that to do. Luckily, I see her tomorrow. So I see my primary care doctor tomorrow. So yay. I have a lot of issues that I gotta not issues towards her. I just have a lot of things. I got a checklist of things that I need to converse with her about, like seeing my physical therapy for more like my knee and hips and stuff like that. And then like whatever the gastric doctor said, and then now this medical form, and then I have one other thing I need to talk to her, and I just feel bad because it's just like, it feels like every time I see her, I just have this huge list of things that we need to talk about, and I don't ever want to keep doing that to her, like, just like, oh, hey, nice to see you every 3 months, here's a list of things, you know, but they're all needed. It's just at the same time, it just sucks, because it's just like, I wish it would be like, okay, this is just a normal checkup. So yeah, my dentist, I got scheduled in for a cleaning and an exam, so that's going to be fun to come back to, and that's going to be in June. So, I already got my, my extraction, like, on my busy schedule, like, I had to look. It's just like, so the only available day is next week. So I got next week. And that's going to happen. And it's like right before I see my rheumatologist, guys. Yay! It's like right, let's see. This appointment is like right before I go see my oncologist. I'm getting a CT scan, and I see my oncologist all on the same day, along with blood tests. And then it's literally like dentist, physical therapy, and then rheumatologist, because that week is packed. These, let's see. I think the only free day I have this week is Friday. This is today and Friday are my only free days. Next week, I have Monday. Wait, nope, Monday's my packed full day. It is either the Tuesday or the Wednesday. It's either that Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever day. Because I know it's Thursday is physical therapy next week, and then Friday's my rheumatologist. So I can't remember which day it's Tuesday or Wednesday for that appointment. I have to double check. So Tuesday's my only free day next week, and that's I don't know. So next week's Whip Chat might be a little bit later, because now that I think about it, because I'm gone all day Monday. So either I'm going to have to do my Whip Chat on Sunday night, which might happen, because I do have a little bit of freedom that day. So Sunday afternoon, perhaps. or it's just going to be a day later. I don't know. So just letting you guys know. I know it's already, goodness, holy cow, we're so far in. Okay. I still have more to tell you guys. Good Lord. So people aren't going to know. Goodness gracious. You guys let them know. All right? You guys let them know that next week might be a day late. If you guys are still watching it to this point, I am so sorry that I didn't realize how late we were. But yeah, anyway. So, I get that kind of news. I got my medical release form. I'm like, okay. And at this point, I noticed that there's an alert on my phone. So we have a security alarm that it's kind of like a Ring doorbell. So it says that's a package got delivered. So I was like, what the heck, right? And I couldn't see it because it's like because apparently my husband already pulled it in and stuff. So I'm like, okay, after all of this, I'm not getting my tooth pulled like I thought today. So I just, I kind of update my friends on the Discord, and then I'm like, I'm going to go treat myself, because, yay, sugary confection, I'm like, I had a rough week. I had to go and drive in the rain, and almost, and I almost got myself hurt. I had to go and drive all the way into the city. No, well, not all the way in the city, but, but you know what I mean. I had to do all that. I am going to treat myself, dang it. So that's how I felt. So I put in the instructions, and I think I made my husband proud about the fact that I am going out and doing things on my own, even though I didn't want to do it, and I did it myself. And I even backed into the garage multiple times this time around. So normally whenever I go and take the kids to school, I don't go into the garage at all. I take the kids, I drop them off at school, I park outside, and then in the afternoon I go and pick up the kids, and then pick up the oldest, and then I back up into the garage. I think it was Thursday, I backed into that garage 3 separate times, guys. I backed into the garage 3 separate times. I came back home. I left the car outside when I dropped the kids off, because I was literally about to go back out for physical therapy. But after physical therapy, I backed the car in. I got the twins. I backed the car in. I got wait, no, it wasn't Thursday. Was it Thursday? Maybe it was Friday. Friday I backed the car in. Sorry. So Friday I backed it in 3 times. Sorry. So yeah, it wasn't physical therapy. I did back the car in 2 times on Thursday. So I was proud of myself about that. But yeah, my husband's like, "Man, you're starting to do a little bit, you're getting the hang of it." I hate backing that car into the garage, because our garage it's a 2-car garage. But it's not a wide garage. Yeah, it's literally a 1-car garage door, for each side. So have to try and maneuver myself, and sometimes I have to adjust myself a few times, but I get in there. Sometimes I get in there in an angle, which my husband laughs. But it's gotten better and better the more I practice. Practice. Who knew? Practice makes perfect, or at least close to perfect as it does. So, but yeah, I get home. I tell everyone I made it home safely. I got my coffee. I see someone react to my post, because I'm not inside yet. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get inside. I'm gonna, relax and stuff. And I see someone react to my post. So it's with the shifty eyes. I'm like, what's going on, right? So I get inside, and I tell hubby, I'm home, and he goes, "Welcome home." And then I'm walking in, and I just see this big package on my chair, and I'm like, "What is that?" And he goes, "That's what you ordered." I'm like, "I didn't order anything." And then that's the whole spiel of how I am now doing 26 for 26. So thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. And then after all that, so Natalie responds, and I was like, I knew you were being shifty. Like, you were sus. You were sus. And she goes, I felt so bad that you felt so bad about accusing me for being sneaky when I was being sneaky. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. You guys. I knew it. I should have known better. But they're sweet. My friends are really sweet, and I'm so lucky to have them all, especially like whenever I am dealing with a lot of stress and I'm overwhelmed, because there's days where I've been feeling pretty stressed out and having a lot of self-doubt and stuff, and they're there a lot to help cheer me up and everything, so I really appreciate them. But yeah, I will definitely get you guys that video out for 26 for 26. I think I've been trying to take it easy today, because this whole weekend has been just me doing a lot, and my body has definitely gotten mad at me for it. I'm trying to be a bit brave and not brave. I guess that might be one of the words. But I'm just trying to not fake it, but more like try not to let it bother me. My poor husband, he felt bad for me because I was just like struggling so hard to even get laundry done and moved around and put on a sock this week today. So it's like, take it easy. Come downstairs when you can. I got the kids, because I did ask him. I've been slowly asking him for to do stuff for the kids, like to take them to school and stuff. This morning I was just like, could you take them to school for me, please? I was just like, he's like, yeah, I got it. And then like then like today, it's still today. I mean, like now, like with me resting, he's like, you stay up here. Come downstairs whenever you think you can. Don't worry about the kids. I got them all today. So it's like, okay. So I'm up here taking it easy, diamond painting, instead of getting up right now. But like I said, this is going to be my whip 3 out of 26 right now. So I'm going to enjoy it. So after I let you guys go, I am going to finish. There's not much left. So I'm going to finish this up. And then I'm going to go and definitely get myself downstairs and ready to edit this video for you guys, and figure out how I'm going to do this 26 for 26 video for you guys. Am I going to bring everything up here and show it to you? Am I going to bring just this and then like my stand downstairs? That is the question. So we'll figure it out. I gotta get my washi tape situation figured out. I prefer Simply Gilded, but I can't. That is not in the budget, because, as you guys know, I have to go and pay for a dental extraction. Okay, here we go. Before I let you guys go, so I was complaining about this in the crafter stand. So my dental insurance. The only thing my dental insurance is going to cover. I'm going to diamond paint as I'm going to complain. This is just a small complaint. Just a small rant. I know we're like an hour 25. So the only thing that got covered was them seeing me in the X-rays there for today. That was the only thing that got covered. The 3D dental exam was not covered at all, which is funny because with my kids' dentist, that's fully covered because they get, I don't know if that's just because that's the only x-ray they have and that's why it's fully covered, but for me, it was not covered at all, and I don't know if that's going to be like, if that was like for my entire mouth or it's just for that one spot. But I had to pay for that. I decided, because they asked me if I wanted to schedule a day to come back for this, to do a 3D exam, and I said, let's just do it today while I'm still here, So I had to pay for that. And then yeah, the extraction they only pay up. I still had to pay, but they covered up and up to, like, let's see, I think I only had to pay $87 for the extraction, but everything else is out of pocket. And then my dentist graciously gave me a discount for not the implant, but for like essentially the bone graft and the tissue repair. So I don't remember if I ever had the tissue thing. I remember the bone graft for because I have one implant already. So I was just like, so I got a discount. What a discount. So yeah, my insurance doesn't cover anything except the extraction, and then that just the X-rays that I gotten today, except the 3D X-ray. So yeah, that's why my budget is shot. I do now have care credit, like I said, to help me out with this, but I am like dreading it. I'm not happy about it, and I'm telling myself, at least now I have this on board because I know that Jaina is going to need braces in the future. So I have this with me. It's already ready. It's already ready to go. I'm just like, okay. I already paid like also that's a new thing. I have to pay a deposit now whenever I make the appointments. So I had to pay a $75 deposit. I am not telling you guys how much the whole thing cost because that just hurt me so bad. That hurts so bad. But just know it's in the thousands. It's in the thousands, guys. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. But yeah, I have to do a $75 deposit for the extraction. For the implant, I have to do a $500 deposit. I didn't schedule that yet because we can't schedule it yet. So because that's like I have to have a 3 to 4 month healing thing, but because of how slow my body heals, it might be closer to 6 months. But so we'll be checking up on me, after 4 months to see that, and then I have to do that deposit. It hurts, guys. It hurts so bad. So yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna just have to figure out what's gonna happen. Like we'll do it. We'll do it. It's gonna get done. But that's why I got the things, just so that way with all the other dental stuff that's gonna happen, it's like, okay, let's just get this fixed. Let's just get this fixed. I already know what's gonna happen. So let's just fix it. I did tell my husband that I don't really want because one of the things that he always says he likes about me is my this sounds so cheesy, but he likes my crooked grin, is what he says. And I have one of my teeth kind of looks like a fang, although recent dental work, even though I say recent, is from 3 years ago, has made it less look like that now, so it doesn't look like it as much as anymore. But I told him I didn't want to have a perfect smile after if I do have to get more, if I have to have a bit more of a dental thing going on, so, But he's like, he goes, I'd rather have you than, you smiling than you not being able to smile at all, which, cheesy, but so, yeah, anyway. But yeah, I just had to do a small rant about dental healthcare because it's so ridiculous. And I was kind of talking about this to my husband earlier last night. With medical insurance, you put so much into it, and then after that, you meet your deductible, and then things are covered. With dental, you can only get so much done, and then after that, you have to pay things in full. Because I remember that last time, even though I am paying things in full, but I'm like, and then things are just getting covered less and less. My kids' prescriptions, my prescriptions and everything, we're just getting covered less and less for stuff, and it's getting ridiculous. It's insane. But yeah, that's my rant. That's my little rant. That's all. Sorry about having that in on the note, but man, that just popped up on my head, and I was just like, ah! It was so frustrating. But yeah, anyway. I'm sorry for the giggles. I know, I'm a nervous giggler. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep this positive. I want to keep things with a positive outlook because that's all you can do. Cross your fingers. Yeah, I want to try and take better care of my teeth. Although it's hard to do that when you're already brushing and flossing and stuff. I'm going to go back to the dentist. I'm just gonna have to tell them look, we're gonna have to be on a different schedule. It has to be staggered. I can't just see you guys like I did before. Everything's gonna just have to be spaced the heck out instead. So just give me the priority list. We will work on that as slow as we can because I can't just dump money into it. We couldn't do it before, but now we really can't do it. So I'm like, let me know what needs to get done, and I'll see that at the beginning of June. What's funny is my twins, they have a dental appointment at the beginning of June, and then 2 days later I'm going in for my dental appointment to get seen, because they told me that my mouth needs to fully heal before I go in for dental, like for the cleaning and stuff. So I said, okay, we can do that. So yay. But yeah, I can't wait to get the 26 for 26 video out. It's starting to not sound like a real number anymore or anything like that, because I keep repeating it so often. But I do have the whip wheel, and I'm so excited about that. I think I gotta finesse it a little bit, like I said, because of the dragon stores up here. But I'm really excited about this. We'll see if I get burnt out with this challenge. Alright, you guys will see in the next month or so if I'm stressed out with 26 whips. Because eventually I'm going to have them all with drills on it. And you guys are going to just slowly see the sanity from me. So, anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!